Welcome to DevOps Beacon. In today's session, we are going to discuss about Minikube. What can be the best subtitle for it other than running Kubernetes locally? Why Kubernetes is so important? Let's understand it with an example of an ice cream. Everything is sweeter and more colorful when you are emotionally attached to ice cream. I don't need an inspiration or motivational quote to be at peace. All I need is an ice cream to be happy usually. Cassata is an multicolored exotic ice cream that is named after a traditional Italian sweet. It is made with alternative layers or alternating layers of different flavors such as strawberry and vanilla ice cream, mixed fruits, mixed nuts, and so on. Owing to its colorful presentation and amazing taste, this recipe is loved by almost everyone and it is quite popular in India as well. I feel Kubernetes is like Cassata. Kubernetes provides an efficient way to manage resources effectively with multiple layers or multiple components. Kubernetes has multiple layers or components such as deployment, services, pods, and so on. It helps to orchestrate containers effectively and it allows us to build microservices that span across multiple pods which contains one or more containers. They can be scheduled and scaled across clusters. Other than Minikube, what we are going to discuss for Minikube in this particular session. So we are going to discuss details about Minikube, prerequisites. We will install Minikube and then we will deploy sample application using load balancer or with load balancer, and we will delete Minikube cluster later on. Now, first of all, what is Minikube? So the question should be, Kubernetes is hard and used remotely only? Answer is no. We can run Kubernetes locally and in easy way to have hands-on it for dev test workloads. Minikube installation uses either virtual machines or containers. Minikube helps to give a feeling that working with Kubernetes is easy and fast with your own resources. Another important thing is it supports latest stable release of Kubernetes, and it also supports load balancer, node pods, persistent volumes, ingress, dashboards, and everything which we are going to look into this session. Now, what are the prerequisites of installing Minikube in your laptop or your own system? So you need two CPUs or more, 2 GB of free memory, 20 GB of free disk space, internet connection, and as we have discussed, virtual machine manager such as VirtualBox or Docker. Now, to install Kubernetes, there are multiple ways. So if you go to minikube.site.kts.io.start, then you will get information to install Minikube in Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. We are going to install Minikube in Windows and we are going to install it with Chocolatey. Chocolatey is Windows package manager kind of software and is very useful. So let's open PowerShell first and let's verify if we have installed Chocolatey already. So we have Chocolatey available. Now the next thing is to install Minikube. So for that we will say choco install and Minikube. It will take some time to install Minikube on your system based on whether it is already downloaded, whether virtual machines are ready, what kind of internet speed you have. So you have to be a little patient with Minikube installation here. So now we have installed a package. Let us verify Minikube version. So now we have Minikube version 1.26.1 is installed. Let's get back to our presentation. This is what we have covered already with Minikube installation on Windows, and we will discuss and perform multiple operations with Minikube with following commands. Minikube version we have already tried. Let's try Minikube profile list. So as of now, there is nothing with respect to Minikube, so the profile list won't be available. The next stage is starting the Minikube. So here, what I have done is I have created one GitHub repository, which is here, and those commands are available here also. In my case, I have VirtualBox already available in my system, so I am going to use this command here, and I'll hit that command. Meanwhile, we can verify VirtualBox as well. So here we can see that it has started Minikube version. Now, as of now, we have VirtualBox available, open, and Minikube virtual machine is already there, which is in powered off mode, and our command is running, starting Minikube with the VirtualBox. So here we have passed the driver as VirtualBox. This VTX check error is coming even though the virtual settings are or virtual machine settings are available. So this flag has been used here. It will take some time, so it will create a virtual machine and then it will start running the virtual machine as well. So if we see here, right now our Minikube virtual machine is running, and this is the configuration available. If we go back, here we will also check the status, and we will go to dashboards, and we will also deploy Nginx and then verify the Nginx with the use of load balancer. Let's go back to our command. It is still work in progress. The important thing with Minikube is once it is available, we can use it the way we are using Kubernetes clusters, and for load balancer to be effective or to get the external IP, we need to use Minikube tunnel command, and then only the external endpoint IP address will be assigned. So that we will see in the dashboard or Minikube dashboard. Another important thing which we are going to look into is how we can access the dashboard, how we can navigate to nodes, how we can see the resources and allocations. We will deploy a Nginx application, and then we will verify the pod resources, service, and obviously the deployment as well. So we will go through all those things with respect to Minikube dashboard. So still the deployment is going on, or the configuration is going on. It will take some time. Has prepared Kubernetes 1.20.1.24.3 on Docker 20.10.17, and it has enabled add-ons also. It has verified the components, and kubectl is now configured to use Minikube clusters and default namespace by default. Next step is let's verify the status. So we will execute Minikube status command. And here is our status. Minikube is running and configured. Let's verify the Minikube profile list command. And here we can see the profile which is available with virtual machine driver. Next step is to go to dashboard. So we are saying Minikube dashboard. It will take time as usual. It will take some time as usual, and it will open dashboard in the browser automatically. Another important thing is we need to execute command with respect to deploying Nginx, and also we need to start tunnel so external endpoint can be assigned. So let's open another PowerShell window. And we are saying yes. So now we have another window available. But before that, let's see what is the status. So it is still launching proxy and verifying proxy health. While it is doing that, what we will do is we will go here and we want to deploy this application nginx. So we are saying kubectl create deployment image, which is nginx, and this is application name or deployment name. So we will come here and we will say kubectl create deployment, execute. It will create deployment here. Now let's go back. As of now, we are not going to expose the deployment. Let's let it open the dashboard first, and then we will expose after looking at the Minikube dashboard. So now we can see that we have dashboard available and opened automatically. We have already created a deployment, that is my nginx, which is in pending state as of now with respect to pod and replicas. We can go to nodes and we see that the Minikube node is available here. If we scroll down, we will get information about the resources, resource information, then the resources allocation here, and all the pods which are available here. Let's go to deployments and check the status if deployment is still available or not. But still the deployment is in pending state. Let's verify the pod. Pod is still being created, or it is not in running state. Let's go to services. So there is one service which is available, that is Kubernetes. We haven't exposed any service here with respect to nginx. Let's go back to our deployments and see whether the pod is available. But yeah, still the deployment is not on. Now pod is in green state. Deployment is also in green state, but how to expose or how to access this nginx? So for that we will execute this kubectl expose deployment my nginx type load balancer port 80 command here. Now this will expose or create service. So if we come back to dashboard and we go to services, now we can see there are two services. One is my nginx and Kubernetes, but here the external endpoints are not available. So to bring the external endpoint available, what we need to do is we need to execute Minikube tunnel command. So for that we will open another PowerShell window. And here we will say Minikube tunnel. Let us verify the dashboard. So as of now, it is still in pending state. We see the load balancer is available here. Cluster IP is this. Still the external endpoint is not assigned. Let's go back. Now we can see that external IP is assigned. So click on this particular link and now we see that nginx is available. So this is how we can install and configure Minikube, and we can deploy and deployment or deploy an app. The next step is to stop the Minikube. So what we can do here is we can execute Minikube stop command. What it will do is it will stop the virtual machine which is available here. So we will see the results in some time. Before that we will close this operations as well and the dashboard one. So if we see here, one node is stopped, here the Minikube is powered off, and the next operation we can do is Minikube delete. So here we do not have Minikube available now. Let's see the status. There is no profile available. Now we will say Minikube delete. Sorry, we will now uninstall the Minikube. So we will say chopo uninstall Minikube. Once it is removed, we cannot execute the Minikube commands. We can see that virtual box is empty now, so we will close this. Now the Minikube is deleted. Let us see and verify Minikube version. There is no Minikube available here. So as of now, we have installed and configured Minikube. We have deployed Nginx and we have accessed the Nginx with the use of load balancer. We had to use Minikube tunnel to get the external endpoint. So this is how we can interact with Minikube. We can also use YMLs for Kubernetes manifest or Kubernetes manifest to create all the resources which are required for Kubernetes deployment and services. And that's how we can interact as we are usually interacting with Kubernetes cluster. The next thing is, as we know, this Minikube is more related to running Kubernetes locally. So this is the GitHub repository, that is github.com Kubernetes slash Minikube. There is a Slack channel also available for Kubernetes where you can interact with developers of Kubernetes or the development team of Kubernetes. And these are the Minikube commands. As we have seen earlier, there is a GitHub repository where I have pasted this command. So welcome to add other commands and other scenarios also into this repository. Thank you so much.